Right. Evening, everyone. Hopefully I can see you. Hopefully you can see me and hear me okay. Good evening, Pauline, sweetheart. How are we this evening? I am a bit late tonight, so I do apologise. Hopefully now, if I give it a couple of seconds, everybody will start joining us. What was I going to say? I've got something really exciting to show you. I got something really exciting to share with you all. How are you, Pauline? Are you okay? Have you had a lovely week? I've been okay. I've been not up to loads. I've been having a bit of a crafter's block, if I'm all honest. So when I was playing around earlier, I made these little projects, and that is what I'm going to share with you, and how I've made them and what they're actually made out of. I was going to do the cover to my journal, which I did start sort of last week, but Debbie Brown, she sent my pages on to me, so I don't want to make the cover. I want to wait for her pages to come in order to make the cover for the journal. Hi, Jean, sweetheart. Haven't seen you in a while. How are we this evening? Yes, so you've had a goodie. Yes, thank you. You've had a crafter's block. Mine will not go away. But like I say, I have been sort of dibbling and dabbling, but nothing I can sort of, I haven't even done my swap from my group. It's just completely thrown me off. Going away and then coming back, it's just completely throwing me off. So I'm okay now-ish, I think. But like I say, earlier on, I was playing about with making these little things, and you'll be surprised what they're made out of. Let me give you sort of an overview. So this is a little envelope that you could either stick in a journal, or you can make a little tag to go in it. But I'll share with you what they're made out of. So there's the first one, and then this is the second one. Now that's been Mod Podge, which is actually dry. I only did that about half hour ago, and I've done some corrugated card, and this was just me playing about. So, and I have got some fabric inside, and I've also got some pages that I am actually going to sew in when I need to make some more pages up. When I do, I'll sew them in, because that can be like a little book to go in a journal. But you'll never guess what these are made out of. So I'll tell you the secret ingredient in a second while we're waiting for everybody. But while we're waiting, I'll explain what I got around me. So the first thing I have got, let me move these out my way. The first thing I have got is some stamps. These ones I had given to me. There's the other one. These ones I had given to me, so I am going to be playing about with them ones. And I've also got, oh, I can't remember the name of the designer, Sarah something. I've got a flower with a scroll print on, and then I've got a lovely little lady that I thought to be playing around with. So I've got some stamps near me. I do have one ink around me at the minute, but I might bring up some more inks in a second. So I'm going to be using my Ranger inks, my Tim Holtz, because he never lets me down. So I have walnut stain, weathered wood, and I do have this one, which is really nice. This isn't a Tim Holtz ink, but it's really, really nice pad. This is from Hobbycraft, and it is pink, but it's that kind of, it's really nice to work with. So I'm going to be using some of that as well. So those are my inks I'm going to be playing about with. And I've got one of the contour brushes to play with my inks. Then I have my 3-in-1 glue, my handmade gesso, my Mod Podge, which somebody asked me what Mod Podge I use. I don't actually use Mod Podge, I use decoupage. And this is the base coat. I have got the top coat to go with it, but I tend not to use it. So those are my three little go-to things. In my palette, so I've got my 2 brushes. In my palette, we have white acrylic, baby pink, and this is like a peachy kind of color. So that's in my palette, and I've got 2 brushes. That's all I've got out. I've obviously got scissors to cut my laces with, and then I've got a variety. I've got this little basket at the back of my desk, and it's just got variations. If I move the paints out the way, that would be a good idea, Colette. Then I could show you what laces I have. So I've got some blue lace. This is quite a wide lace. This one I've had in my stash ages, but I tend to forget things are there. So I've got some really delicate lace there, and some pink, what they call it? What did they call this stuff? Muslin. I've got some grey vintage lace. What else? What are the nice ones? I've got some real fine pink lace. I've got a variety of different fabrics. These ones got given to me. I think the lovely Sarah gave them to me, I'm thinking. So I'm going to be using some of them in tonight's project. And I've also got some of my own scraps, scrap-a-dapple-doos. Oh, I've got this one as well. So I've got a tiny little pink one. So those are my laces. And beside of me, I did buy this week this lace, which I'm totally in love with. So I'm going to be using some of that. And I might use some of the ribbon roses that Dee Dee gave me. And I do have some of this lace that, let me see if I can find the different colours. I do have different colours. Come on, class, where are the different colours? Oh, no. I have got a different colour to that. I think it's like a blue. Oh, I've got a blue out. There is 3 colours that I've got. These are the colours. So I have this one. Let me move these laces, and then you've seen them. I have this lace. Now these are real fine laces. They are beautiful to handle. Absolutely stunning. So there's that one. That's in like a coffee colour. This one is in like a dusty blue kind of colour. To feel them, they feel super, super duper soft. So there's that one. And they're all, these laces are the same, but just in different colours. And then we have this one. Oops, we have that one. So those are, I might be using some of them tonight. So those are my laces. Then I have some corrugated card. I've just gessoed on the top, basically. I haven't done anything other than that to it, because I'm going to be adding some bits and pieces a bit later on. I've also got some napkins. So I have that one, which I really like, the flowers and the birds in this one. I have this one. It really reminds me of vintage, this one does. And it's even got the old, I don't know whether the camera would pick it up, but it's got the old-fashioned stamp in the corner. So there's that one. And then there's this one. Now this one's got the bluebells on, the flowers, the daisies, the tulips. So those are my napkins. Now, hopefully everybody will start joining us. However, are you all ready to see, are you lovely ladies ready to see what the secret ingredient is to make these? They're not made out of, I'll give you a clue, even though I have put tea stained paper inside, they're not made out of tea stained paper. They're actually made of something you would necessarily throw away. So let me share with you what that is. So the secret ingredient is this. Now, for those that might recognize it, those might not, this is some of my junk mail. It hasn't got any particular, it hasn't got any of my dresses on or names on, but this is all my junk mail. I've never been on a canal boat, but I always like to look at the different barges that go up and down the country. So that usually comes through the door. But this is just junk mail. This is just something that I would necessarily throw. And something like this has got like dear householder, things like that. So it's got forms you might want to sort of put in. Hiya, country girls. Hi, Lynn, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Good evening, Miss Paisley. So this is junk mail of all kinds. Now, me and Chris, who's my husband, we tend to, we've started about 2 years ago, but every anniversary, we always buy ourselves, we take it in turns buying a rose from somebody called David Austin, and he's really, really good with his roses. So I usually get booklets that come through the door. And my garden isn't like, I've got 2 plants, 3 plants, maybe that in the garden. It's not, it's all sort of all grass, but it's not sort of done out. There's no like benches or anything like that. But we figured that if we bought a plant each year, that it would soon build up. So I have booklets of his come through the door. I have yellow pages. For those that are bored, yellow pages are a thing that comes through the door. I think it's once a year, with all like the phone numbers of companies in our area. So obviously not going to be able to use the phone companies, but I can use the adverts that are in here. So this is the secret ingredient to us making these. So I'm going to show you how I got from that to, let's say, that. And you can make them in all different kinds of colors and themes. You can add whatever you want to add to it. And they're a great way of using something that you wouldn't necessarily throw away. So let's go cracking. Now I figured while I was sort of, I was late coming on tonight, but I did figure while I was going to come on tonight, I think I'm going to use one of the images from here, one of these booklets. And I'm going to do a bit of not wild, what's they call them? Trying to figure what they're called. I'm going to use, I'm trying to figure what the theme would be called. Garden, you could do a garden theme. There's a woodland. Right, that way. So I'm going to use my eraser, tear it out. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use that image. But any of these images would look nice. So the secret ingredient is junk mail. Good evening, Rianne, sweetheart. How are we this evening? So, are we ready? So, like I said, this is only a small portion of my junk mail. I am going to be doing something else to do with junk mail. My mind's been completely blocked these past few weeks since I've come back. I'm going to use the sometimes in junk mail you always get what am I trying to say? You always get envelopes to send things back to. So we're going to do something with the envelopes as well. But I am going to be making next week if my pages aren't come something else for junk mail. So I ripped a page out of here. We're going to do the envelope a bit later on, but I want to show you first how I got to making the little booklet, which I'm going to be adding more lace and stuff. So what I'm going to do is take my yellow pages, my ruler, and I'm going to, it doesn't matter which page you use, it honestly does not matter. So actually I won't use black, I'll use something like this. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is fold him in half, move that picture to one side because that is the picture we're going to be using, and I'm just going to tear me off the top off and the bottom. And when I did this earlier on, I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, look what I've created. Okay, so we've got something that looks like that. Now on this book, the one I've just showed you, this one, I did take the yellow side off, but you don't have to. It's just I sort of like the ripped edge effect. There we go, that'll do us. Okay, so first I'm going to start with some gesso. Now I've got some handmade gesso in front of me. I make my gesso with some white acrylic paint, some flour and PVA glue. If I'm making a tub like this, I will go 3/4, I think now, white acrylic, then I'll go another quarter with my PVA glue, and then I'll add my flour until I get the consistency that I want. Some of you add talcum powder, some of you add corn flour. We'll make it a bit differently. So open this completely out, and I'm just going to be a bit sloppy painting this. I'm going to move that out of the way because I don't want that to get wet. Make sure that I've done the edges. So what you'll end up with is using your junk mail or something in your crafting, because my mind has been completely blocked, and I mean blocked. I've had a complete crafter's block. The reason I haven't had lives every Friday this past month is because I was away on holidays, and since I've been back, which I am doing the video for that to show you what I saw and what kind of things I did while I was in Cyprus. But anyway, since I've been back, my crafter's block has been really bad. I cannot even focus to do a video. That is a cute little palette. Oh, thank you, Miss Ray. I think I had that in the range. I might have had that in the range. Right, it doesn't matter if it tears, because I'm being a bit rough there. Right, so when you get to that, I'm going to dip it in. First of all, before I do anything else to it, and you can do anything to this. You can also do some stamping if you wanted to on top. I'm going to dry it off just a little bit. And then I'm going to get my white acrylic. And where I've missed with the gesso, I'm just going to go over with my white acrylic paint, because white acrylic is a little bit thicker when it comes to gesso. Is thicker than white acrylic. I do find sometimes when you mix the both, you put gesso and a white acrylic on top, it'll land up with a really good coverage. Now when this dries, you will see some of the writing underneath, but it's not going to be as obvious as it just was. Right, so I have to get some more white acrylic out. So I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to add some more paint. See how the wording's coming out? Okay. Now I have got some baby pink and some peach. And as we are doing the rose one, using the rose image, I am going to use some pink. Just brighten it up a bit. Doesn't matter if it tears, because I can tear it off once it's completely dry. Now I'm going to dry this completely, and then once it's dry, we've got a basic to work from. Nobody will ever know that you've used junk mail to create anything with. But sometimes paper pads can be quite expensive, and for things like this, if you are looking for a pattern, if you're looking for a pattern, I suppose, this can be the perfect thing. Now, this isn't completely dry, it is wet on the other side, but it's dry enough for me to work from. So I have some scraps next to me. These are just my cut-offs when I made the pages for that. And I also have some corrugated card that I gessoed earlier. Sound like blue Peter. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to won't tear. Trust me not to tear. I'm going to tear a piece off. I'm going to completely fold this. Now it is really thin because of course the pages I'm using are really thin. There's my middle page. So it's just a case of building it up. I think I'll have a little bit less corrugated card. Right, then I'm going to go through this book and see what else I can nab. So I quite like just the chair. There. I'm going to add some laces and all sorts to it now in a sec, so you'll sort of see it. Right, now my laces, I have, my laces I have got these, so I'm just going to layer them where I want them to start with, and then after that then I can do whatever after that I can sort of build it back up again. Let me get my scissors. Oh, what do you think of, Colette? Right. There. I've got some fabric shirt that I thought that would be kind of cool to use. Now we're using that image. I want something that's gonna tie in with it a little bit. Since we got blue lace. And this would look really good on a card, maybe. Right, once I get to that stage, it's time to get the glue up because I'll forget where I was, and then I'll be back to square one. Right, okay. So I'm using 3-in-1 glue, and I'm literally just going to dab this on to where I want it, and then I can go back, stick more glue on if I want. Okay. Right, I think I'm gonna stop there and use my stamp. And I have this one, and it's got flowers on as well as some script writing. I did say I was going to use my colours, but I think this would look nice with a bit of black. There. Pop that just like so. Fell across. I've got, let me give me some more. I was super excited when I was crafting it. It was like, I gotta tell someone. I gotta tell someone. So now I've told you. Right, and I have also got this that I dug out. Don't want all that. There we go. So I'm going to be making like a little book to show you how I've done the book. And I'm also going to be making tonight and don't forget, you can sew all this in. It's just I didn't have room on my table to get the machine out. And I was planning to get my big shot out, but it didn't work out either. Right, I'm going to pop that underneath. And so you can sort of see it building up. Hope you can anyway. Right, so we've got that. This lace I'll probably cut down. Right, where's our image? So the one I was going to use that one, but I sort of like the idea of this coming down. So pop that to one side. Grab my ruler. Right, and draw it that way. Okay. Can you see it coming along? Can you all see it sort of developing? Hope you can. You're all really quiet. I've taken that to mean though that you're all intensely watching me. I used to think that nobody's listening, but I then realized that you were all looking at what I was doing. That was okay. Right, I've got a little bit of pink trim here. And like I say, I'm going to make a booklet like I've made there, and then I'm going to make an envelope to go with our booklet. Right. So have a look at your junk mail and see what the postman has kindly sent you for free. He's very good, Mr. Postman. He's always sending me free things in the post. So, right. So now I've got there, so you can sort of see it building up. Now, I've got a gap here, and I do have, let me have a look. I do have some muslin that I'm going to wrinkle up. Wait a sec. There, that's better. There. Now I have got some of these little ribbon roses that Dee Dee sent me, that I think one or two would look really cute. And like I say, you could do a bit of stitching if you wanted to. There's nothing to say you can't. And this was just playing about earlier. And I was just about to go through my basket, because we've got a basket down by the front door that we keep some of our mail in. Now, any junk mail goes into the basket. It's easier that way when it comes to the end of the month. So I was just about to throw everything out, and then I thought, oh, I wonder whether I could. Oh, I like them. I like those leaflets that Mr. Postman sent me. So that is the front cover of my little booklet. I'm going to open it up now. It's completely up to you what you do. On this side, I'm going to use that stamp that I used on this side, and I'm just going to re-ink it just to get some of the ink going again. And I'm just gonna go right. And now, because the paper's really thin, and you're probably thinking, Claire, that is super thin. It is. Right, we're not going to leave it like that. Where is that? Everything's falling. Right, now it's totally up to you what you do. You could use some more images and redo the paper. Actually, that looks really nice. Really nice. You could, on this one, what I did was I did reinforce some fabric, but I think on this one, because we've got the ink going, it would be kind of nice if you had something like that in the middle. So I'm going to put the fabric between like I would normally, and then I'm going to tear it out. So that's that. Now I've got the edges to see too, so I don't have to do anything with painting wise or anything like that, but I do want to sort of do something with my edges. So I have got some of this beautiful lace I picked up, or I don't know whether I've got enough. Bear with me, bear with me. It keeps coming back out. I don't know why. Oh, I know that would be nice. Oh, I've just had an idea. Oh, just as an idea. Right. I think I'm going to just tear it ever so slightly on the sides. Mr. Postman, you are very kind sending me junk mail. I do appreciate you. Please don't send me any more though. Otherwise my room will be covered in junk mail. Now, because I'm only using a certain amount, it's totally up to you whether you want to cover it all, whatever you want to do. For me, I like it like that, but you can see the edges. I did have an idea, but what about this? Save that one. Aha! Right, remove my paints. So, grab some of the paint glue rather. So, ladies, tell me if anybody knows of any challenges going on YouTube. If anybody knows of any signing up swaps at the moment. I've recently signed up to one, which I am super excited by. Sam, who's the Scottish crafter, she had one recently going to make a loaded envelope. My mind has been completely stuck, so I'm really looking forward to making that. And I'm signed up with the lovely Sue, who is crafty beginner. No, Sue the crafty beginner. Or have I got that wrong? I think I got that wrong. Cut these down. Okay. is your cover. Now, because I've got gardening, I'm not going to go straight. I'm going to pretend like I want it that way. So there's my cover. So that's how you would do the cover. The inside, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is all, and all that is if I can get a sheet out. And let's do 2, and I'm going to show you how I would do Little Sir Crafty Beginner. Thank you, Miss Rian. Right, let me get rid of these laces. Oh, I was going to use this pink lace, which I might still before I do. And then I'm going to show you how I would do the envelope to go inside it, and any tuck spots. Well, the envelope's the same way. Now the tuck spots, I have a sort of a different method to do it. Right, I'm just gonna put that down even more. And I'm going to pop that there. Put this side down. Down. And get rid of all these odds and ends. Like I say, you could sew this in. What's to say you can't? Oh. There's one there, and there's one there. Right, now the inside, so when I close it, you'll see it does see as if I've done the lace all the way around. In fact, I've only done it halfway. And you could stiffen this up with a bit of cardboard, whatever you wanted to do. Now the inside, this is just A4 tea stained paper, folded in half. And all I'm going to do is grab my pencil, and I'm going to mark it there, and then I'm going to snip the top off. So I'm going to move that out of my way a second. And now the tack spots, you know, like your corner tacks or anything like that, I have an idea for. And this is the most like crafting wise I had done since I've come back. I did make something for a certain someone. It's birthday, Miss Paisley. But that's all I've done. Come on. There. Right, there's our book, our page if you want to use it, and then I've also got my pages to get me started. I even use this as a page, and you can add and do your little pages, whatever you wanted to do. So that is the cover. Now my little tuck spots for your journal, so for like the corners or whatever you wanted to do. So I'm going to pop that to a side a sec. Now in our book and in our junk mail, which I'm going to grab, so give me a second to maneuver everything, I'm going to pick little image. We don't want anything hugely big, something like this. I'm just going to freely tear it. till I get what I want. So that should be fine. And let's do another one. Right, so we've got that. If that is my, say, there, I've got my left and my right. Now I'm going to go over to an actual letter. So I've got these, and these, they're just junk mail basically. So I'm just going to tear it off. Be as big as my, only a little bit big. I don't want it overly massive. So I've got it to about there. This one, I've got to about there. So we've got our left and our right. Now you can use anything to tear off. If you wanted to use some tea stain paper to add in, why not? I'll rip this down a little bit. So I've got that to go on there, to go on there. And then on this side, I have that to go in there like so. And I could use 2 pieces. Wait a sec. Come on, butterfingers. I could use 2 pieces. Have it like so. Right. Bring my board over. So you'll have to forgive all the mess. I'm going to stick all this together and then we're going to go from there. So we had that go on there like so. I'm going to ink this up a little bit, not massive, and I'm going to use my black ink just for the edges. I'll go in a little bit, and it does look, somebody once said to me, it looks as if the pages have been burnt. I think I'm using the wrong side, but never mind. Right, now the pictures are quite glossy. If you wanted to keep the pictures like that, then by all means keep them. I'm going to dye mine down a little bit because to me they're just a little bit glossy, and I don't want them to be that glossy. Use that piece to go there, and then this piece to go there. Now I haven't inked this one down. I haven't done that on purpose. Right, okay, so these are corner little tacks. Right, so you're really quiet tonight. You're really super quiet. I don't know whether it's because you're all watching me or what. So I'm going to use my gesso, and I am going to go over the image. You'll see it once it dries as well. Okay, let me try that out. Oh, I should have done, oh, I don't know. I think I'll do another image on that one. use too much there. So on this one I didn't. Let me get another image. Me using wait, there's the there you go. Hi. There. I'm just gonna go over it slightly. If it's blended in, it should stick. Right. So we've got two. I'm gonna do a bit of stamping now. So, like I say earlier on, I do have this stamp is if I can get it. It's this one. And the reason I like this one is because it's got the flowers as well as the corset. So a bit of stamping. Now I did use brown earlier on, but I think with the image being pink, I think it's only right that we use black. So let's do it on this one. There's that one. So you can still see some of the flowers on the corset. On this one, I'm debating. Shall I go black because I've gone black on the edges? It doesn't work out, doesn't work out. I didn't think it would. Got a little bit of stamping going on, not loads. I think I prefer that one because of the white and behind it. Anyway, right, now I'm going to grab a bit of my fabric, and I'm just going to layer a little bit on. I'm not going to go mad. I go there. I'm not overly fussed on that one, and I think it's because I went a bit crazy with the black ink. But this one I kind of like how this one's turning out. What do you guys think? I think the black and the fact the picture's dark, should have gone a bit lighter with my inks. But I suppose I could put another piece on top of it, see if I can rectify it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I think the image, the fact I use black, I'm not sure. I like this one more. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Rian, you like this one more, do you? I must agree with you. I prefer this one than what I'm doing. I think I prefer it because you can see the stamp. You can also see the picture image as well. So I'm going to use some of my little ribbon. Oops. And then I'm going to go I'm going to find I have some pink. There. And I do have now oh, I know what I've got. There's me wondering what I have got. I've got some of these flowers. And it's light pink. Right, to get you all ladies talking to me, what one would you prefer me to use? I'm not fussed on that one. I think I'm not fussed on it because of the image. Right, would you prefer me use that one? That dark one. So A, B, C, or D. D. Those are the choices. A, B, C, or D. Just for there. Angie says C. What does everybody else think? I'll show you again. So A, B, C, or D. Rian and Angie both say C. What about Lynn, Pauline, and Jean? What do you all say? C. Everybody says C. Right, A, B, C. This one then. I'll pop that just there. I'm going to use C. I'm going to hold it down. Lid on that. So that is my corner tack. It could be anything that I want it to be. Be anything. There's the book that we made. Now your corner tack could be on your first page, perhaps. I mean, doesn't that fit? That fits perfectly there. It could go on the front page. It could go on the last page. Whatever you decide to do. I also made earlier. I also made a little envelope. I don't know, guys, whether you want me to quickly show you how I made the envelope. Good evening, Miss Sarah. And how I got it to go like that. If you guys are interested, let me know and I'll show you how to make that. But I think that fits perfectly on the front page of this little small journal. And this is all made out of, yeah, show us how you made it, please. Oh, thank you, Miss Paisley. It's all made out of prezzies the postman gives me. So I'm going to pop that just there. That'll give me a tuck spot. I won't use that one because I don't know, it didn't work. For me, it didn't work out, but for you, it might. So, since you're requesting it, since Miss Paisley's requesting it, I'm going to show you how I made this. So, I need some white acrylic. I need to go and get some white acrylic in a second. Let me just put my flowers away. Right, so the same goes. You can use absolutely anything you want to use in your junk mail. Just filter through, see what you want to use. So for that envelope is made out quite thin and it's made out one of the yellow pages. But because I want it a little bit thicker, I think I'll use this paper only because it's a little bit thicker. Right, so we don't want the whole thing. And fold it in half again. Now I'm just going to cut some off. Now I'm going to give you the measurements to my envelope. And I'm going to cut it off that side as well. And the top. So it's got sort of a ripped edge all the way around. Okay, so we've now got something that looks like that. That one measures 3.5 by 3. This one I've done measures 4 by just over 3, but I'll make it a little bit smaller. Oh, that seems better. So 3 by just under 4, 3/4, 3 by 3/4. Right, so I'm going to still go with the flower theme because it'll fit into this journal quite nicely, and I'm going to be making more pages, but we've got the tuck spot there, so I'm just checking, I forgot on the end, that it fits in. So as it does, we're good to go. Right, same things applies. We need to cover it with our gesso first. So on the outside, now the thinner the paper, the more likely it might rip when you're doing the gesso, so you'll have to be a bit more gentler. But if you a bit gentle, you'll sort of, it won't tear. Like the other one I've just done, it teared a little bit, but by the time it dried, it didn't bother coming off. Good evening, Miss Carolina. Oops. Right, and I'm going to go and get some more white acrylic, which is in my cupboard. Right, so bear with me 2 secs. Okay, some white acrylic. And oh, I tell you what we could use on this. Oh, I just had a plan of action. We could use some dried flowers. Oh, I just had a plan of action. Oh, I know what I'm gonna use. Oh, my mind is bottling now with ideas. Oh, I know what I'm gonna use. Oh, quick, just dry it. I know what I'm gonna use before it goes on my mind. So white acrylic and gesso has gone on you. You can still see some of the black writing. Yeah, it is lifting, V. You're right. It is lifting. My mind's just gone. Oh, dried flowers. Oh, I know what I can use. Right, so that's kind of dry. I'm just going to dab it into the pink. And I'm going to go there. And I may as well be really creative with this piece. Right, I'm going to dry that completely off. If you wanted to add a bit of peach, you can do. I like adding it around the edges. Right, because when it's an envelope and it's folded in half, you're only going to sort of see one side of it. Oh, I know what I'm going to add. Keep that there. I'm going to do the same thing as I've done with the cover, except I'm going to go a little bit different. And I'm going to add my dried flowers, which I haven't got out, but I am going to get them out in a second. Right, that's all dry. Now, fold it in half, see what side you want to use. It doesn't matter to me that the paintbrush has come off slightly. I'm going to use that side, and then I'm going to cut some of this lace down. And instead of gluing it on the sides of the envelope, I'm actually going to glue it in the inside. because by the time you put it together, let me see if I got some more. I've got some pink ones here. Oh, I know what I'm going to add. Fingers won't go quick enough. I'm just going to cut this little bit down. And cut that one, still with a flower theme that we've been creating all night with. Take out glue. Right, and then I'm gonna right, and then add a little bit of drops of glue all the way at the top. Close them. I'm gonna add. Wait a minute. Let me just. What have I done with my? Oh no! Oh yeah, I've got it. Here's one. And two. Right, so we've now got that. And that's exactly how I made that one, but I'm not finished yet. Oh, I so know what I'm going to do. So know what I'm going to do. Right, so I've got all that. Now, it's totally up to you what stamp you decide to do. But as we're using flowers, I'm going to go with my flower design. But I'm not going to go brown. I'm going to go weathered wood distressing. Good evening, Miss Debbie. How are we this evening? I'm going to move out of my way. Don't forget, I've got black still down the bottom. Right. That's a real nice. Try this in. Okay. Now, this is the fun bit. I know where I'm going with it. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a real nice ribbon. Now, I've got some organza ribbon. It's nothing special. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of a strip in the center. Thank you, Mr. Blueman. I'm going to pop some of my muslin on top of that. Now, I'm looking around to see if I have an image that I can use. I do have, I've just got a little pink one out of my free post that the lovely Mr. Postman sent me. So I've just ripped that down. And then I'm just going to glue that down. I'm going to get my, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me. Oh, I'm so excited to show this bit. Right, let me check the lid on this. I might add some of that in a second. Right, I do have some dried flowers, which I'm not going to use the 3-in-1 because it is very much tacky. And with the flowers, why have I got that out? With the flowers, I really want to be delicate. So you'll have to forgive my hands because they've just been covered in paint. I'm going to take a tiny brush and my Mod Podge even. and I'm just going to decide what I want. Pop it on the side. Pop some Mod Podge on the back of the flower. This will take a little bit longer to dry, but that's fine. Pop that there. If it pops up, it doesn't matter. I have this little tiny one, which I'm going to pop some on the back. Right, and then I'm going to pick my flowers. Now I've been picking some buttercups for nothing else. I quite like them when they're dry. I put some glue actually on my mat instead of put them there. I have a small one. And let me see what other flowers I've got. And the stem. And I'm going to go over this in a second with the Mod Podge. I do have different other flowers if I can get them out. Oh, wait. That one. And I've got some nice white ones as well. Right. Bit delicate these are. Everything's sticking to me now. And that one. So those are my flowers, right? I'm going to just wash it over really lightly, taking my time. I'm not in a rush when I'm doing this. And I sometimes do this when I'm making tags. I've done it before on tags, cards, that kind of thing. Right, that will take some time to dry, but I'm not that bothered. Wait now. I'm not finished now. I'm just going to pop a little bit of 3-in-1 to go behind our cardboard. I'm not finished quite yet. Okay, I don't want it raised that far up. Right. I have a tiny little bit of this pink trim, but I don't know whether to. Oh, I know what I could do. Right now, I'm not finished. Put some there. Oops. Pop some just there, and I'm going to pop a little bit down here. Right, now I'm not finished because I've got something else I want to do. Right, I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to catch myself on fire. And I have my candle. Right now, not finished. What did I do? Thank you, Debbie, sweetheart. Thank you, Miss Paisley, letting everybody know to give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Right, what did I do? What's my Chris bought me this. It's got to be a couple of Christmases ago, right? And you can get them to have, now I don't know what they're called. I don't know, but I do know I've seen them on Wish. I've also seen them on AliExpress. I've also seen them on eBay, all the internet shops. And you can get them to either have your initial on. You can also have them to have a specific word on. And mine came with that. Then it also came with some red wax. That's what they look like. Then it came with, I think it was 1 silver, and I've got a tiny bit of gold left. Seals, a tiny smidgen of the gold left. So you can get them for different things. Wax seals, that's what they're called. Thank you, ladies. See, every time I get it out and somebody goes and asks me, I always like, I don't know what they're called. Don't ask me. So what I'm going to do just to finish tonight's live, and you can see the glue already drying. So I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm not going to glue it. I'm just going to cross it. And I'm hoping you guys can, oh yeah, you can. And I'm going to melt this. Now, I did this the other day and nearly burnt myself. Doesn't take long at all to get going. And you just hover it over the wax. And then when you think that it's melted enough, I don't know whether you guys can see it, sort of becoming light red at the very tip. And I'm turning it as fast as I can because I want quite enough on there to do my stamp with. I always get it upside down, but that's my stamp. That's all dry. And then I'm going to cut this down. And that is my now envelope. And you can put anything, I can put anything inside that. It's a little pocket envelope to go in my journal. So that's what I wanted to show you. So let me recap what we made tonight. Made a lot of mess, but we've had a lot of fun. So I'm not that worried at all. Let me just move some stuff. So we've made that one. I made this one before I came on. That is from a paper pad, old lace Stamperia, but you can use anything. So there's the envelopes. This was our tuck spot that I glued in. And I did try another one, but it came out quite dark, so I didn't bother using that one. But again, crafting is all about trial and error. You never, when you're crafting, there's always something when you craft that you think, oh, shall I use? Because you think, I don't really like that, but it's not till somebody else has it, and they sort of go, that's really pretty. So to me, that's a little dark, and wouldn't necessarily use it. But now I've got a cover to my, let's call it junk mail journal, and I've inked the back. The paper is really thin because I've used the paper that I used and brought out from my junk mail was thin. And then I built it up with different images from the junk mail, corrugated card, different fabrics and different lace. So all that. And then this one was the one I made earlier. That one is a napkin that I sort of cut around and then Mod Podged on. And this at the side, that's napkin as well. So I do hope that you really got my mind going then when you said, oh, Angie said, yeah, show us how you did your envelope. So thank you, Ms. Basie, for getting my mind going again. I do hope I've given you some inspiration. Let me read some comments out. I had it in my hand, but I already had so much in my buggy, and I decided next time. I saw these in Hobby Lobby for half price. Yeah, they are USA. They are in you see them absolutely everywhere, these, and they can come in different letters. You can get different ones. I want to get a different one with a different letter. Hopefully Mr. Santa Claus will bring me a different letter this year and some new wax melts. That is on my list. Oh gosh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Angie Paisy. Thank you, Rian. Thank you, Lynn. Can't you girls scrapping? It's lovely to see you. Please subscribe to each other as well. YouTube is such a big place and there's so much inspiration out there. I am still catching up on videos, so if you haven't seen me around your channel for the past 3 weeks, it's because I am catching up on your videos. So I am making my rounds, so expect me to come around to you pretty soon. There is no, that I can think, challenges going on at the moment. The only swap that I knew of that she has, I think you can still sign up if you sent her an email. I'm sure she would find somebody to sign you up, because she only called for it last Saturday. So if you wanted to take part, that would be the Scottish Crafter Sam. If it's a close down and you can't, then you can't, but it's worth a shot if you did want to go and have a make, and that is to make a loaded envelope and fill it lots of goodies for your swap partner. Other than that, we have challenges and swaps and all different things on our Facebook group, Country Creational Swaps. We are due for a new challenge, which is coming up this Sunday. So hopefully those that are in my group, our group, should I say, you'll see a new challenge coming up this Sunday. And we've got Sarah's challenge on the group as well, which is going really, really well. So yes. Shabby oh gosh, I'm never going to say that, has a challenge running, a fabric challenge. Oh wow. Well, I'll go over and subscribe. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name, Sarah, because you know me and words, never going to do it. But ladies, if you read Sarah's comment, pop on over to that lady's channel. She is quite new to me. I haven't seen her name pop up on my news feed or subscription list, so I'll definitely pop on over and subscribe to us. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you for all the thumbs up. I do appreciate them. It does give me a little bit of confidence, especially when I sit here and think, what can I make, what can I make? So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to everybody that joined into the chat, and until next week, have a lovely rest of the week wherever you are in the world, and I will catch up with you all next Friday at 9 p.m. UK time. Until then, have a lovely rest of the week, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.